Hello, everybody. After a little complications, we're back with yet another podcast. And this week we are talking about when you should not follow your dreams. So that's what we're talking about for this week. I say about five. We'll say 5 reasons why when you should not follow your dreams. Okay. So everybody talks about chasing dreams and, pursuing your passions and all of this stuff, and they make it seem like it is the easiest thing in the world to do. But I'm here to tell you that there's a lot more nuance to the whole business of dream chasing, right? Then they tell you all the books that you read, all of the maybe podcasts, I don't know, YouTube videos, everything tells you, oh, just do it, and just blindly pursue your dreams and everything. They make it seem like the path will be paved with sunshine and gold nuggets and support. And maybe for some people it is, but I think based on what I've seen and the dream chasers that I know personally and their stories, it ain't all sunshine and rainbows, right? Which is why I wanted to make this podcast, because the truth is that you should probably be prepared to experience much of the opposite of what they tell you. So yes, the act of attaining your goals and your dreams is rainbows and sunshine and gold nuggets, but the act of pursuing it is not. So I think that's where the disconnect happens in a lot of the books and podcasts and YouTube videos about the pursuit of dreams, right? So here are 5 instances when you should not follow your dreams. All right, the first one is when you want to avoid pain. Ooh, right, we're going right into it. Okay, so first of all, pain is life, literally. Babies are born into pain. It hurts to be born. That's why they cry. You can probably get a small amount of empathy with the situation if when you try to put on some tight jeans or like a turtleneck in the winter. I don't know if you wear turtlenecks. I wear turtlenecks, but yeah, like putting your head through that small little hole in your whole body, like it's uncomfortable. Sometimes maybe you do cry. You hop around trying to put on these jeans and it hurts. So it's the same with being born, right? And children experience pain as they grow. They lose teeth, they get shots, right? They fall, scrapes. So it's like life is a pretty painful experience. And this is for beings who have just gotten here. So they come into it with pain. And it just shows that it's about balance, right? Because there's also a lot of hope and a lot of pleasure on the other side. So kids are easily amused. They see sunshine, sunsets, rainbows, right? Beautiful, bright colors, the birds singing. That's all of the pleasurable aspects of being a child. But at the same time, kids go through a lot. Like, childhood is traumatizing if you think about it. But that is to say that those are things that are unavoidable, right? It's unavoidable for children to experience pain. So why would we think that our experiencing pain can be avoided, right? But we have this thing called free will. So if you want to somehow avoid or circumvent that part of the human experience, right, which is pain, then following your dreams is definitely not for you. It is a painful experience, right? I saw a couple quotes in the newspaper and I thought that they were interesting. Author Joyce Carol Oates compared writing the first draft of a book to, quote unquote, pushing a peanut across a dirty kitchen floor with your nose. Like, she's an author. That's what she wants to do. That's her passion. That's why she was manifested into this life. But even still, she admitted how painful of a process it was to go through that. Like, the pursuit was painful. Also, dancer Martha Graham describes dance as so fatiguing that the body cries even in its sleep. She says there are times of complete frustration. There are daily small deaths. Like, that's intense talk for dreams, right? You usually don't hear that. You don't hear that side. Nobody talks about that side. So especially for people, like for a dancer, oh, it's amazing, I get to use my body, express myself. You definitely don't hear the other side of that. But so I just thought that was interesting, an interesting tidbit about the pursuit of dreams and relative to pain. It's painful. Following your dreams is painful, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it, and I'm not going to make it seem as though it's anything more than that. When you have a passion, you're driven to achieve it, but I think us dream chasers would be well served if more people verbalize the complete story, right? And it's the backstory to chasing your dreams hurts. All right. So, reason number 2, when you should not follow your dreams. When you are afraid of uncertainty. So, the true nature of life is uncertainty, right? Everything that you have pegged your identity to is uncertain. Your job of 20 years, your beautiful house, your car, your well-behaved kids, your partner, right? Your life. Whether or not you wake up tomorrow is uncertain. Think about that. It's the same for your dreams, right? If your very existence is uncertain, then you can bet that pursuing your dreams is just as uncertain. You're not guaranteed to make it, right? To make money, to achieve fame, support, recognition, nada. And that's why they call it a passion. Again, you just follow it blindly, more or less. You're driven to it. You're born and you just hit the ground running. It's like something that you have to do, despite the fact that it's painful and there is a lot of uncertainty attached to it. But again, you can assuage your fears about following your passions, despite the uncertainty and the pain, again, based on the life of children, right? Their lives are full of uncertainty and full of pain, but there's also another side of it. Kids are, for the most part, very happy. They just realize that life is about balance. And when they fall, they don't give up. They don't say life is too hard or, I don't know when I'm going to get my next bowl of applesauce, right? They just expect it to be there. And I talked a lot about that in the last podcast too. All right. So reason number 3, when you should not follow your dreams. And that is when you're seeking instant gratification. All right. So everything takes time. Greatness most certainly takes time. Ask any chef, any designer of anything, right? A web designer, fashion designer, you name it. Anybody who creates will tell you that it takes time. People who paint, people who write, people who dance, anything, scientists, that doesn't exclude any of the scientific fields or anything. Everything takes time, right? Everything takes time. If you ask a scientist, oh, is there bacteria on this or analyze this, they're going to say, okay, I'll take a sample, I'll take a culture, and then what? It takes time, right? They have to see. So it's the same with life, right? It's the same with following your dreams. Very little in this life is instant gratification. Very, very, very few things are. And greatness in the pursuit of your dreams most certainly requires patience, right? So for an example, we can say parenthood. Again, babies are not instant. After conception, it takes 9 months, right? And that is a process, right? So even though you're saying, okay, I'm going to bring this life into the world, there's still an almost year-long process. It takes time. Things have to develop. It's the same with following your dreams, right? It's not instant. You don't say, I want a baby, oh, bing, like a microwave, more like an oven. So, Just keep that in mind. Writing a book, even again going back to kids because they're our best teachers, learning to read takes time and patience. We're born and we know very, very little about this world, this human existence. We know spiritual things, but we don't know anything about the human world. And so we have to learn it. And those things all take patience and they don't come instantly. All right. Reason number 4 when you should not follow your dreams. When you want to follow the family business / do what everybody else is doing / be conventional. So following your dreams is not the family business in the typical American family. I think we can all agree on that. Most people don't follow their dreams at all, period. They have all of these dreams deferred for the duration of their lives, sadly. So if you're saying you want to be just like everybody else, you probably are agreeing implicitly to not following your dreams, right? Because nobody else is. So when you think about your talent and the fact that each individual was born with unique abilities and a unique purpose for this life, it kind of helps you deal with the fact that you are going against the grain, right? You're not partaking in the family business. That's not to say family business in a literal sense, right? So that doesn't mean, oh, my family has always been carpenters or plumbers. No, family business can mean everybody's a lawyer. We know people like that. Oh, I'm a lawyer, my dad's a lawyer, my dad's dad was a lawyer or doctor or any other quote unquote prestigious occupations. That's still the family business, and that still requires a certain level of conformity. Definitely, despite the reputation of those professions. So if you want to do what everybody else is doing, the same way that everybody else is doing it, and possibly reap the same benefits, right? That's something positive, of doing the things as everybody else is doing it, then following your dreams is not right for you at this moment, right? Because when you follow your dreams, you are a pioneer. It's like the Wild West, baby. We're on the Oregon Trail. Like, you're making it up as you go along. You are charting new paths through, wilderness. So if that scares you, then stay in the family business for now, right? For now. All right, and the 5th and final instance when you should not follow your dreams is when you don't want to be judged or looked at strangely by others. So if you are worried about what people think of you, your life, your situation, how you spend your time, then following your dreams is not a good idea for you at the moment. Because you will be judged. There will be judgment. People will attempt to tell you how to live your life, what to do, how to spend your money, how to invest, how to spend your time. And these are people who are well-meaning, maybe, right? Maybe these are family members or relatives or close friends, and they may, in all with good intentions, they may tell you, maybe you should just give up on that. Maybe you should stop trying to become a dancer because, it's not working out for you, or an actress or a writer or something like that. Maybe, that's a once in a million opportunity. How logical is that to happen? How likely is that to happen? So maybe it's better if you just get, something that's more consistent and something that pays the bills, right? So, and then that you can just come back to that, or you can pursue your dreams as a hobby or something. They mean well, but again, they're only telling you what they know. And if they've never been on the Oregon Trail, if they've never been pioneers in their own lives, then they can't tell you about pioneer work, honey. They just can't. And it's not to say, it's just ignorance. And it's not in a mean way. They don't know. They don't know. So maybe your pursuit of your own dreams is eventually going to encourage them to pursue theirs, right? Your relentless pursuit, I should say. And the fact that you aren't swayed by the judgment of other people or how other people perceive you, right? But if at the moment you are, and I say at the moment because of course I expect everybody to eventually pursue their dreams. Actually, I expect you to do it now, but some things take time. I understand that. Yes, but if you are worried about what people think, right, in any capacity, then following your dreams is not a good idea at this moment. So what am I saying? Oh, if you can relate to any of these 5 things, that you should never follow your dreams? Of course not. Of course not. I'm saying that you should be aware of these things, and then you should change them. Change how you view uncertainty, change how you view pain, change how you view instant gratification, change how you view being conventional, and change how you view the judgment of others. Hint, hint, you really shouldn't care. So that after you have worked through these things, you are able to comfortably pursue your dreams and your passion, because they're always going to be there nagging at you. So you might as well listen to them, and you might as well be happy, right? Pursuing your dreams is the path to your ultimate happiness. It is why you were born, not to work in a bank from 9 to 5 or do all of these things for other people that you don't really want to do, only to end up 80 years old on your deathbed saying, I wish I would have quit that job that I hated and just danced all day. So that's all I'm saying. Just food for thought. Also, forget what Hollywood has shown you about pursuing your dreams. Those movies, YouTube, other podcasts. Yeah, I'm calling them out too. Because it ain't glamorous, right? It ain't glamorous. A lot of times people show you the end result of it. They say, look, I followed my dreams, and look at my Rolls Royce, right? And they don't tell you the nights of pain and uncertainty and, the moments of complete and utter despair. And as Martha Graham said, the daily small deaths. They don't show you that, those and the setbacks, and they don't tell you that. They just say, I mean, I just followed it and look at what happened. And then you say, oh, well, I can do it too, right? And they say, yeah. And then you do it, and then you have all these setbacks, and you're like, well, it must mean that it's not meant for me to follow my dreams, because this, popular podcaster said that if I'm following my dreams, that things should just align, right? And then the truth is that you are on the same path that they too have walked. They just didn't tell you that they did. So that's all. Otherwise, think about it like this. Everybody would do it. If it were simple, everybody would do it. And according to statistics, hardly anybody does. So be that pioneer. Go out, pursue your passions, follow your dreams, and be ready for the storms. But in the end, it'll all work out. So peace, love, light, and passion. All right. Have a good week, guys. Bye.